Hello from Mexico and welcome back to our channel. I'm here at our home build here in Mexico so that I can give you guys an update on what's going on. And I want to talk about baseboards or zócalo that's going to be installed in our house. So if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. And if you love the video, you can also hype it. Additionally, this is our original content and any unauthorized reposting is prohibited. With all of that being said, let me show you what's going on here at our home build in Mexico. Let's go. I'm here, right here. Hello. You have paint on your ear. You gotta stay out of here while the guys are painting, weirdo. Okay, first things first, let me give you guys an update on where the guys are at with the paint. So we have Dominic's room painted. So I'm gonna take you in there first. So here's a look at Dominic's bedroom. Disculpe. Here's Dominic's bedroom. I'm gonna hightail it out of here though because one of them's taking a phone call. And then Damon's bedroom is painted. So Dominic and Damon's bedroom has its paint. The hallway has its paint. And they just got done painting the, oh my gosh, living room. So the living room is painted as well. And they've also done the arches. So they're right now they're on the arches. They've done the first coat of the arches and like this wall, and they've come in here and done their first coat. So they just have a second coat to go, and then these rooms will also be done. So the entryway and the living room, that's where we're at on the paint. So making progress. Okay, you guys have a lot of questions, but one of the questions I saw come up was, why would we do all of this and not just get a hood? So I wanted a traditional hood in the kitchen, like a traditional look and feel of a hood in the kitchen. However, Fidel wanted an electric hood. So that's why we compromised with this. Fidel was insistent on building it himself. It's the only kind of thing besides our cabinets that have to be built out in the kitchen. And so Fidel has just been doing this as he's had time. I know it's taking a while, but it's just because it's the first time he's ever built one, right? And like I told you guys, they shaved off the cement, which included taking out some rocks. Now what they'll do is they'll go over it with a finish, and then they'll attach the design. If you remember, we have a design that looks just like this, except it's smaller. And so it'll go at the top of it, and then that'll complete it. But they're gonna put a finish on this, except for on this front part, because this front part gets mosaic tile, and then so does the back, like the backsplash of it. So I know it seems a little confusing as to why we would do this, but I promise you this was all well thought out. But this was something I really wanted for the kitchen, and I wanted it to be as traditional as possible, even though we're using an electric hood in it. The other thing is that once they're all done with this, what they're going to do is they'll cut a circle, so an outlet to the outside, because the electrical hood will vent to the outside. So it will vent to the outside, it's just electrical. And so that's, yeah, this is the hood. This is the progress on the hood. Okay, so currently we're waiting for a delivery from Interceramic, which is more tile, or essentially the rest of the tile that we need for like the bathrooms and the kitchen and all of that, right? That, however, is going to take about another 20 days to get to us because they had to order. And that, oh, and for the stairs, we landed on something for the part that you step on of the stairs, the plancha. So in the meantime, these guys are outside and they're doing work on the outside of the house that was never finished. So they had one pass or two passes done, I think, on the revoque on the front of the house. However, they hadn't finished it. So right now they're taking the time to go through and finish this portion while we're waiting for some materials to come in. So we're painting, we have this stuff going on, the hood in the kitchen. All of those things are happening while we're waiting for our interceramic delivery to get in, and while we wait for our mosaics. Let's talk a little bit about the baseboards for this house. We need 380 metros of baseboard or zócalo. We have been looking at all options. Here it's common to use tile on the wall. However, when you use tile, it is pretty thick on the wall, and neither Fidel and I are super big fans of that. So in order to combat that, we would have to kind of cut into the wall to do that. But that is an option, and that's an option that we've tested out. The other option is we've looked at ones that are made of like plastic, and we're currently getting quotes on wood baseboards. Now, I am afraid of wood baseboards, and I'm going to tell you why. Wood baseboards to me worry me because I don't want them to get dented. Fidel and the boys are kind of hard on things, so I'm looking for things that are long lasting and that are more durable. And that's, for example, why I chose the floor that we chose. But the other part of it is that here you have to mop the floors. So all of our floors are what is the word for it? Why can't I find the word? All of our floors are tile, right? So we have to mop our floors. I worry about water damage. I worry about termites because those are also a thing here. So water damage, termites, and mold. Those are the three things that I worry about. And I don't know if wood can be durable enough. However, they can treat wood and they can put like a special varnish on it in order to combat those things. So right now what we're doing is we're looking at all of our options. I'm going to show you a couple of the options that we've looked at and why we've kind of not chosen them, but I just want to give you an idea. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the options that we looked at and why we didn't go with them. I think this one's going to be pretty straightforward. It's basically because we could only find this one in black, but it's like a plastic material. It's not wood or tile, right? So we looked at this option, but of course it's black and we just weren't fans of how it looked. This is the other option that we looked at. Again, we didn't like that it was so thin, like it wasn't tall enough. Our spaces are pretty large, and so with it being so thin, we just weren't fans of how it looked. We also weren't fans of the wood with the floor. It looks okay in this, but everything's dusty. But when everything is clean, it was an okay match, but it wasn't a great match. And we really are looking for something a little bit thicker. Also, this is also like a plastic material, right? This one, excuse me, Manchas. This one actually we fell in love with. We love the way that this looks. We love it in white. However, I'm gonna tell you guys why we decided not to go with this one. But just for reference, so this is how it looked. We liked that it just had a very simple design at the top, and we liked most of all its height on the wall. It's perfect, right? This is perfect. However, I don't know what this is made out of. As you can see, it's broken. I don't know what material this is made out of, but when you touch it, even with your nail, if you guys can see, it marks it. So the durability on this, awful. Probably the worst out of all the options that we looked at. So that was really disappointing because this really was an option that we were heavily considering. And so what we're doing is we're trying to find a wood version of this with a local carpenter. So basically the same look, same design with everything, but in a material that will stand up better to Fidel and my boys, to be completely honest. But yeah, as you can see, like this just marks terribly. I mean, and that's just a fingernail. So this just isn't a great material, unfortunately, but the look of it against the wall sold us. So we are looking for baseboards that are white, but we're looking for baseboards that are white that we can clean easily, but that have this same kind of look and design to go throughout the house. And we have a lot of metros, like I told you guys. We have a lot of metros to cover, and everything in this house, what we've done or what we've tried to do with everything in this house is put in options that will last the longest, right? Fidel and I plan on growing old in this house. The boys will have ownership of this house. They'll always be able to come to this house whenever they need to, things like that, right? And we want this house to be something that's passed down to generations, through generations. And part of that is making it so that the options we choose now are durable and they're long lasting, right? So it's not as much about the house being so aesthetically pleasing, right? We want it to look the way we want it and feel the way we want it, of course. But for us, we wouldn't go with an option like this that's aesthetically pleasing, that like the durability on it is garbage, right? So I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining this okay, but essentially, I mean, we're just looking for durability. We want everything in this house to last as long as possible so that down the road, and even when the boys are here and things like that, there aren't a lot of things that they'll have to replace, or at least that they don't have to replace for a really long time. That's the point, right? We're trying to look forward as far as those aspects of the house go. Me gusta mucho esta, el blanco.
Sí. Bueno, desaremos un igual de mi hermana. Y igual de madera, sí. De madera, pero más creo que hay que echarle para que no se contrapee. Echarle barniz marino del color que tú quieras, ya nada más es el puro transparente que va encima, para que no pase la humedad.
So nosotros tiene la opción por blanco.
La medalla, la polilla. La polilla es otro, se le echa ahí la pintura para que se cure la madera ya. Se amarga nomás la madera y ya no le entra el animalito.
Ahora si quiere de los dos, para la polilla y para la humedad,
sí.
Cuando trapie no
Y ya cuando porque también
Okay, so they have unmolded the smaller detail that goes at the top of the kitchen hood. And I'm gonna let Pancho explain to you guys how they're going to attach these pieces that they've done separate to the top of the stove. And yes, this time they did use, ¿qué aceite usar? ¿Esta aceite?
Sí.
This is they just used vegetable oil on the form and it came right off. So, a ver, Pancho, ¿cómo lo ponen estas arriba?
Lo vamos a sujetar con alambres y va a ir incrustado allá en esta parte, va a entrar en la cega que tenemos allá. Y ya lo vamos a pegar con cemento. Lo vamos a meter, de hecho así, con cemento por arriba y por abajo.
Okay.
Y con los alambres lo vamos a acabar de sujetar para que no se nos vaya a
No se cae en pegarme en la cabeza en un temblor. I did ask. I was very specific. I was like, if we have an earthquake, this is not going to fall off on my head while I'm cooking. And they said, no, it will not. So that's how they're going to attach these pieces. So what they've done is they've poured them and cured them separately, as you see in like these forms. I'll show you this one that they haven't undone yet. In these forms, and then what they'll do is, just like Pancho explained to you guys, they'll attach it to the top of that, and then the hood will be complete. Cuidado con la forma, Fidel. Ahí está. Muy bonita. Buen trabajo.
Salga bien.
¿Ya, Fidel? ¿Qué quedó?
Una parte menos.
Una parte menos. La gente les pregunta por qué no compramos. ¿Por qué no compramos una de estas? ¿Por qué tú vas a hacer a mano?
¿Por qué? Solamente, bueno, la verdad, yo le vendí de ladrillo, pero yo tomé el ladrillo y no la compramos porque esto es un diseño que ya viene en un plano, entonces solamente la tiene que mandar a hacer el diseño y pues de hacer el diseño, pues yo como hago la carpintería, es algo fácil para mí hacer el diseño en triple A y después solamente rellenarlo, entonces no se me hizo tan difícil y pues son cosas que
Solo es mucho tiempo porque tú es esto en tu tiempo aparte.
Yo creo que
¿Cómo se dice?
Nunca fue el tiempo de que
No la todo tiempo trabajo. Sí.
Se fue siempre en ratos que venía yo te lo hacía yo, porque pues, teníamos lo del piso, otras cosas que teníamos trabajando, entonces pues también hoy gracias a Dios ya todo lo que teníamos atrás ya está listo, ya estamos pintando, que es una cosa que ya también ya se viene terminando. Ya se terminó la parte de loseta, entonces estamos esperando solamente la otra parte que viene de la cocina y ya se está terminando la casa de verdad por completo. Entonces ahorita estamos, y bueno, también vino unas personas a ver para lo del zócalo, que ya también es una parte que nos está quedando mucho menos. Entonces ya terminamos lo que es la pintura y lo del zócalo, que es la parte final de abajo, pues ya podemos venir a vivir esta casa primeramente Dios en no mucho tiempo, pero ya es
Casi.
ya es justo que 4 años que estemos separados por esta casa. No, pero sí que la verdad que ya
Poco a poco.
Poco a poco. Pancho es acá hasta el primer día. Es no para la tierra, ¿no? Sí.
Sí.
Ya casi.
Desde el cimiento
sigue trabajando
hasta la fecha.
Aquí ya dejamos de trabajar en el trabajo de la casa, también va a seguir trabajando con nosotros. Esperamos que mientras él quiera trabajar con nosotros, que tendrá un trabajo con nosotros. ¿Sabes? Eso ya es de cajón. Así está. Así que, bueno, pues ya lo que nos queda es poco.
Sí.
Entonces, ya más se pone a cortarlo, también nos tenemos que cortar, porque tenemos que hacer las puntas,
Las esquinas.
Las esquinas para que se vea bonito. Entonces, pero ya es menos, lo más esperamos que se secara bien para que cuando cortemos no se nos desgaste mucho con la.
Ya está.
Sí. Ah, bueno.
Pues, bueno, ya trabajaremos lo que hagamos en otros días. No te digo porque tengo otras cosas que vamos a hacer, que quiero ir a sembrar también maíz, que iba a empezar desde el lunes, pero como no había conseguido las mariposas, y no lo habíamos hecho, pero sí también es que ya tenemos el tiempo de sembrar unos elotes para que en julio más o menos tengamos unos elotes. Y es que nos llovía porque el tiempo se está componiendo.
Para lotes asados.
Pero sí, hay muchas cosas que todavía que hacer. Desde la casa un poco también y también del campo, ya se nos comienza a acercar del campo. Y bueno, a mí me ha gustado siempre explorar el campo también. Es lo que lleva a la ciudad, la comida. Entonces, la comida ahí viene también lo de mí. Yo sigo trabajando. Buen día.
Okay, quick check-in with Bonnie and the baby. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Let me put down my stuff. Hello. Hello, Miss Bonnie. Can I see the baby? Look at that little baby girl. Look at that beautiful baby girl. Is she doing good? Yeah, she's doing good. How you doing, Flor? She's so sweet. Is she tired because you guys went to run? Yeah? Is she tired because you guys went to run? Hi, Ted. Aw. Just a quick check-in. There is a look at everything that's going on here at our home build in Mexico right now. Fidel and Pancho are working on the hood. They're working on details on the outside of the house. They are painting. So we have a lot of stuff going on. We do have to decide on the baseboard. So if you guys have opinions or information that you'd like to share in the comment section, please do so. We read everybody's comments, so thank you for always being here and for voicing your opinions and for just all of your support. Thank you. Thank you for all of that. But yeah, let us know what you think about the baseboards. The baseboards has been a pretty hard decision, I think, in this build. The same with like the stairs, figuring out what to, like how to put flooring on the stairs to finish off the stairs. So just a lot of different decisions that I've never had to make before because I've never built a home before. So yeah, so if you have opinions on the baseboards and all of that, put that in the comment section. But as always, thank you guys so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next vlog. Bye guys.